everybody. These are my 8 people who are watching my performance.
Everybody
tonight.
wave. Wow, you look like you had 2 people sitting next to you then. And
himself.
I'm here too. Okay? Okay.
Cass is going to see this. Okay.
Okay, great. Scott, you stand right here. You come stand right here. And keep that on her. Right there. No, don't move. There.
We're recording?
Yes.
Let me see if this does better.
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
That's good.
That's fine. You guys can read understanding. Okay, ready?
Go.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about understanding auto insurance, presented by Angela. Next slide, please. What is auto insurance? Well, it is a contract between you and the insurance company. You agree to pay the premium, and the insurance company agrees to pay your losses as defined in your policy. Brought to you by the Insurance Information Institute. According to the DMV, liability insurance is required by law and must be provided when requested by law enforcement. So if you get pulled over by a policeman, they want to make sure you have auto insurance. Renewing your vehicle registration. So when you go to the DMV and you need to renew your registration for your vehicles, they make sure that you have auto insurance. And if you don't have auto insurance, you can't renew your registration. Next is vehicle is involved in a traffic collision. You need to have insurance if you get in a car accident. So by law, you have to have auto insurance. What does auto insurance give you? 1, peace of mind. 2, financial security. And 3, you're a legal driver. It's required by law that you have auto insurance. Key parts of auto insurance. There are 5 things that are part of the auto insurance. 1 is liability. Liability is what the state requires you to have. Part of liability is bodily injury and property damage. Now this is for California. California requires you that if you're a driver and you operate a vehicle, your driver's license, you must have liability insurance. The state minimum for California is $1,535. Meaning $15,000 per a person in an accident, up to $30,000 for the whole accident, and $5,000 for property damage, which is the property damage under liability. Next would be medical, then uninsured and underinsured motorists, comprehensive, and collision. Liability, like I said, $1,535. That is required by the California law. We have to have insurance. The 2 parts of the liability is the bodily injury and property damage. Bodily injury basically pays for medical expenses caused if you were to get in an accident and you were the person at fault. You have to pay the medical expenses for the other party. So if they have a broken arm, you have to pay for that broken arm to get fixed. If they're a doctor or surgeon, if they're a surgeon and you broke both their arms, well, you're going to have to pay for the time that they can't work because they no longer can perform surgery. So that is what bodily injury covers. It pays for your legal expenses, and one thing it doesn't cover is you. It doesn't cover your expenses. If you were injured in that accident, it's your fault. It does not cover you. It covers only the other party. Property damage. Property damage pays for the property that you damage. So if you hit another car, well, you're going to have to pay for that car to get fixed. So that's what it doesn't cover your car. It only covers the other person's car. Medical is optional. You do not have to purchase medical. It can help pay for medical and funeral expenses. Covers you and your passenger regardless of fault. Covers you if you are hit by a car while walking or cycling. So you don't even have to be driving. So medical covers you. Uninsured and underinsured motorists. This here is also not required. It's optional. Underinsured motorists covers you and your passengers' medical expenses if the other party does not have insurance and they are at fault. Underinsured, there's so many people in California that do not have auto insurance. So it is not required to have uninsured and underinsured motorists, but it's something that you would want to look into because, like I said, there's a lot of people who are driving illegal who don't have auto insurance. So underinsured motorists basically covers your medical expenses, so you don't have to come out of pocket for those medical expenses if they cause the accident and they don't have insurance. Underinsured motorist covers you and your passenger's medical expenses if the other person does not have high enough bodily injury limits. Like I said, state limit is 15, 30, and 5. But right now we're looking at the 15 and 30. Well, a broken arm may cost $10,000. So if you have 2 broken arms, that's $20,000, and that person only has $15,000 of coverage. So you're going to have to come out of pocket for $5,000 to pay for your medical expenses. So underinsured motorists, that makes sure that you're covered for additional expenses that the other person who caused the accident does not have to, that will help you pay for your medical expenses. Comprehensive. Comprehensive is also optional. Comprehensive covers you. Comprehensive covers your car, covers things that you don't have control over. So you're driving along and the semi truck in front of you throws up a rock and hits your windshield and it's cracked. That's not necessarily a collision. That's covered under the comprehensive. So now we need to get your windshield fixed. So you can get that through comprehensive. That also covers vandalism, rock cracking, your windshield, or a tree falls in the car. Something you cannot control. Someone's stealing your car. You can't control that. So that's what comprehensive covers you. You have to pay a deductible first. Usually companies have the $250, $500, up to $1,000. So what deductible means is you pay, so if an accident is $1,000 to, if you get in an accident, well, not necessarily an accident, but a tree falls in the car and it causes $1,000 worth of issues to the car. You have to pay the first $250 or the first $5,000. Let's make it easy. The first $500, and the insurance company will pay the rest of the money, $500. So you have to pay the first $500, which is the deductible, and the insurance company will pay the rest of the $500 to pay for that damage. Next is collision. Collision is optional as well if you don't have a lien on your vehicle or a lease. If you have a lien or a lease on your vehicle, you have to have collision, as well as comprehensive. Comprehensive, you also have to have that if you have a lien or a lease on your car, because they want you're making payments on this car. They want to make sure that if you get in an accident, that they're going to get their money. So you have to have comprehensive or collision. Collision covers your car, if it needs to get repaired or replaced in the event of an accident, and it's your fault. It doesn't necessarily have to be your fault as well. I believe collision also covers, like, if the other party hits you and it's their fault but they don't have insurance, well, that's part of collision as well. You must pay deductible first. So meaning, like I said, if the accident is let's say the accident is $2,500 with their damages, and the deductible is $1,000. You pay $1,000, the insurance pays $1,500. So that's what collision covers you. It depends too. Like, insurance companies will pay the less. So if your car is worth $8,000, but the damages to your car is $10,000, they're going to give you that $8,000, not that $10,000. Thank you guys. These are the references. I have the understanding car insurance coverage, financial responsibility, and what is auto insurance on these references. Can you pan? Thank you.